Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Saturday, and today we will be reviewing the Realm of Light structure deck. No, I don't remember when this was done. This one was printed at least in 2020. This is a newer reprint of the deck. This is not too bad, though. This has got, like, all the original synchro. It's got some really good stuff in it. Basically, let's just review. So, we get the deck. There should be like a little pull tab somewhere on this. Should be like right around here. I can feel it. I just can't for the life of me see it. So we will just sort of ninja that off. And after we do this, we will be at you guys with the 3x structure build. We are going to use today's current advanced list format ban list. But we're going to be adding this one to the draft. Where did I put the sleeves? I've already actually got the green sleeves ready. I got the black deck box. They're all off camera. What we're going to be doing is we've got one synchro. This is the only card in the extra deck. So obviously when we do this, we're going to have 3 of this. This is going to be tuner plus non-tuner lights. This is actually really cool. You can pay 1,000 life points, target a card on the field, banish it. So it's a little bit of spot removal. And then when this card is destroyed, you can target any number of other Lightsworn in graveyard, shuffle back to deck, and if you do, gain 300 points per card returned. During every end phase, this is going to be a mill 3. So again, plays into the whole Lightsworn strategy of milling. We're going to have the ultra rare Sanctuary. Once per turn, you could send one Lightsworn from your hand to the graveyard. Target one other Lightsworn monster in the graveyard and add that to your hand. Each time a card or cards is sent from the deck to the graveyard, place one shine counter on this. If a Lightsworn card or cards you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you may remove 2 cards or 2 counters from your side of the field for each of those cards instead. So again, you can kind of walk through like a dark hole. Technically, when JD goes to detonate, you could try to save stuff. I don't know that it'll work since this would be targeted at the same time. Minerva, and I want to say this was her first appearance as being a cool 3-star tuner. When normal summon, add one light dragon from the deck to the hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of names in graveyard. So again, it was a big deal. If you could get 8 names in your graveyard, you could just tutor JD, and then because you only needed 4 different names, you could summon it. So that was cool. And I'm assuming that with the new smaller dragon that was added to this archetype, this is an even better card today. If this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, send the top card of the deck to the graveyard, and during every end phase, she's going to mill 2 for you. Raiden is another one of the popular tuners, 4-star 1700 warrior. During the main phase, you can send the top 2 from deck to grave. Then if any Lightsworn were sent to the graveyard by this, he'll gain 200 points per. Or no, just 200 points, sorry. You can only use this effect once per turn, and since it is in quotes, it doesn't matter if you have multiple copies. This is going to be hard once per turn. And during the end phase, he's going to mill 2. We get the Alexandrite Dragon. This is basically so that Minerva has other targets. This is good, just generic 4-star, just to have power. Good old JD, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by having 4 more Lightsworn with different names in grave, cannot be special summoned by other ways. Pay 1,000 life points, destroy all cards on the field except this card. During each of your end phases, send top 4 from deck to grave. You will notice it is not going to say Lightsworn in his name. Graganeth is the 6-star light dragon of the Lightsworn. This one gains 300 AD for each Lightsworn monster with different name in grave. Starts at 2k, and if this one attacks defenses, it's a piercer. This one will mill 3 from your deck at the end of every turn. Celestia, which may be part of how Celestial picked her name, is the Lightsworn Angel. It is 2300, single tribute of 5 stars. When you tribute summon this using a Lightsworn monster card as material, you can send the top 4 from the deck to the graveyard to target up to 2 cards the opponent controls and destroy them. Jane is a great one of most of the time. This is going to be an 1800 at 4 stars, mills 2 during the end phase, and when it attacks an opponent's monster, gains 300 during the damage step only. So this deck comes with 2, which isn't a bad thing. We do get Lila. Looks like we're going to get 2. 4-star spellcaster, 1700. This is going to be the back row destroyer. So during the end phase, you're going to mill 3, but for the effect, you can target a spell trap the opponent controls. This card's battle position cannot be changed until the end of the next turn. Also, change this from attack to defense position. And then if you do, destroy your target. I'm not a big fan of the new wording. It feels more convoluted, but it still gets the point across. She's going to move to defense mode, stay there for a turn, very similar to Goblin Attack Force. But in order to, the payoff for that is she's going to destroy some stuff on the opponent's side. Gareth, good warrior. He's basically your draw engine. Also kind of weird at 1850. Just is what it is. Each time a card of cards would be sent from the deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn that you control, except same name cards, Gareth. Send the top 2 from your deck to the graveyard. Then for each Lightsworn that was sent, you get to draw 1 card. So he's impossible to draw 2 while milling 4. We're also going to get Wolf. A little weird that we only get 1 Wolf per deck, considering how common he should be. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by a card effect, not be special summoned any other ways, and if sent from deck to graveyard, special summon it. Aaron the Monk, 1600 point 4-star warrior. When attacks defense position before calc, shuffle back to deck, so it's like a super trampoline. And then during the end phases, she's a mill 3. Lumina, everybody's favorite summoner. We're going to get 2 copies of. What's going to happen here is once per turn, discard a card, target a level 4 lower Lightsworn engrave, special summon the target, mill 3 during end phases. Arcus is our druid. Arcus is going to be a 1200 3-star. Neither player can target Lightsworn monsters anywhere, this includes hand, with card effects during each of your end phases, mill 2. Shire, the spirit. And I used to call this thing the Sprite, just because I would get confused every now and again. I sometimes didn't read things right. This one goes up 300 per different name and grave. Again, only counting Lightsworn, and mills 2 during end phase. Raikou, I don't even need to explain Raikou. You guys know Raikou. You guys play Edison format. He's a great card. Honest is, again, a light hand trap for the monsters of the light attribute. Light Ray Diablos. Again, this is kind of cool. This was a retrain variant. All the Light Ray monsters were. So we get a 7-star dragon here, light. So it is semi-searchable off Minerva. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from the hand by having 5 or more light monsters with different names in the grave. Once per turn, you can banish 1 light in grave. Target 1 set card the opponent controls. Reveal target, then place target on either top or bottom of deck. So again, if you find something that you don't mind them getting back, you can go ahead and put it on the top, or you could send it straight to the bottom. We do get the Light Ray Daedalus, which is a retrain of Levia Dragon. Diablos was like Darkest Diablos, or I forget what his original card was. Again, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from the hand by having this time 4 or more light with different names. Actually, this one doesn't need them to be different names. 4 or more light monsters in your graveyard. Cannot be special summoned other ways. Once per turn, target a field spell and 2 other cards on the field and destroy them. Now, it doesn't say that it has to be your field spell, so you can go after an opponent's field spell and 2 of their cards. Kind of mean. Vylon Prism. This is going to be a Thunder Tuner, 4-star, 15 by 15. When it's sent from Monster Zone to Grave, pay 500, target 1 face-up monster you control. Equip this to it, and if the equipped monster attacks or is attacked, it gets 1,000 extra attack during the damage step only. This is a great way to buff like Judgment Dragon. Fabled Raven, little Light Fiend Tuner, little 2-star. Once per turn, discard any number of cards, and if you do, this card gains levels equal to cards, and then attack 400 per discarded card. That's not too bad. Cerebral, maybe. Fabled, another little tuner, 2-star. This one's Light Beast, 1,000 points. If discarded to grave, special summon. Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. If this is in the graveyard, you can return 1 card you control to the hand, special summon this card. If you do, take 400 damage. This is an effect that you can only use once per duel. Necro Gardna, during the opponent's turn, you may banish this, negate the next attack from a monster your opponent controls as a quick effect. You have the Realm of Light. This is our field spell. Each time a card or cards is sent from the deck to the graveyard, place a shine counter on this. All Lightsworn gain 100 per shine counter on this card. If this card will be destroyed by card effect, you may remove 2 shine counters from it instead. And we're not just going to get the 1, we're going to get 2. Solar Recharge is our draw card. Discard a Lightsworn, draw 2, then mill 2. Charge of the Light Brigade is our tutor. Mill 3, then add 1 level 4 lower Lightsworn from deck to hand. Monster Reincarnation, discard a card, target 1 in the graveyard, put it back in our hand. So again, if you were to mill the Judgment Dragon, this would allow you to get your Judgment Dragon back. Foolish Burial, this is a quick send-off. This is going to help you a couple of ways. Number 1, Cerebral, special summons right away. 2, this loads Necro Gardener. 3, this gets you the last name you need to play your JD. 4, this can summon your Lightsworn Wolf because he was sent from the deck to the graveyard. So Foolish Burial's kind of OP in this. Traps, we got Glorious Illusion. Activate this by targeting a Lightsworn in the graveyard. Special summon it in attack mode. Basically, this is called the Haunted that mills 2 from your deck every turn, in addition to whatever your monster would mill. The Barrier, when a Lightsworn monster you control is targeted for an attack, send the top 2 from your deck to the grave. Then target the attacking monster and negate the attack. Vanquishing Light is their counter trap when a monster would be monsters would be summoned. Tribute 1 Lightsworn monster, negate and destroy the cards. So again, they don't care if it's like a Pendulum. They don't care if it's like Dark World Suit doing a whole bunch of special summonings. They're out to get them. Beckoning Light, probably one of the best cards for this deck. Discard the entire hand, and then for each card you discarded, add 1 light monster from the grave to the hand. This would also summon things like Cerebral, while setting up other plays for Lumina plays. Skill Successor, target a monster you control, gains 400 until the end of this turn. During your turn, except the turn the gets sent to the graveyard, you can banish this from the graveyard, target a face-up monster you control. Now it gains 800 until the end of the turn. So this is one of those double use, or you may only get the single use since it could be milled. And then Breakthrough Skill, probably one of my favorite traps. Target 1 face-up effect monster your opponent controls. Negate the effects of that opponent's face-up monster until the end of the turn. During your turn, except the turn this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this from the graveyard, target a face-up effect monster your opponent controls, and again, negate the target's effects until the end of this turn. And that's a card we are going to be getting in Speed Duel this fall. Right there toward, I suppose maybe it's winter. Like the end of November. And so, like, this is not a bad deck. And again, since this is just a starter deck, this is super easy for us to add into the draft. It's got tons of potential, tons of cards you might swap out. And Lightsworn is just super easy to add cards to. Now, that said, and maybe I'm flicking through those too fast, this isn't going to be bad. This is going to be really fun. And like I've been requested, we're going to do the 3 times build. In fact, I'm going to have Celestial do the 3 times build because this is one of the decks where she just loved these characters so much. She played them all the time. So this is definitely in her like top 5. Right there next to Harpies, Blackwings, and anything else she could do synchronizing with. So that's it for today. Come back tomorrow if you guys want to see the 3 times build. Again, it will be built for the current format. And that's it. You guys support the channel, do the things, or don't. Your decision. And have an excellent rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Later.